Jesus, MacArthur, Jay-Z. The great ones always return. And when they do, one thing's for sure. Their hair will be perfect.
We haven't seen you in a while, America. You haven't changed a bit.
Amazingly, a sequel to the popular Will Ferrell-led comedy Anchorman has finally gotten made, and it's entitled Anchorman 2: The Legend Continues, arriving on December 20th and presumably rated PG-13. This sequel reunites pretty much all the leads from the first film, like Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, Steve Carell, and others, and adds some new folks like Kristen Wiig and Harrison Ford, of all people. Anchorman is pretty much a cult classic at this point, and the team behind it have been promising a sequel for years. So, Chris, is this going to live up to the ridiculous level of hype surrounding it?
I just don't think it is. I think the expectations are too high, especially given all the publicity that's around this thing. You know, he's been on every kind of commercial. He's been doing local news anchoring jobs. He's been all over the place. I think people are really, really expecting something great out of this. So I think it's going to come in under expectations. Still very good. I'm saying 66% positive with critics. And I think this is going to go absolutely dang gangbusters at the box office. I think everybody's going to show up and see this. I'm saying an astonishing $85 million opening weekend.
That is absurd. That is more than Frozen took in over the entire Thanksgiving holiday.
That is what Hangover 2 took in opening weekend at the box office.
You're crazy.
All right. Jill, chime in. What do you think?
Wow, there's so many things wrong with that. Where do I start? I'll start with what I agree with. How about that? So our numbers for Rotten Tomatoes and really our excitement for this movie, I think, are pretty similar, Chris. It's going to be fun. It looks like a lot of fun. We all like the first one. I agree that this is probably going to come in somewhere around 70%. I think you said 66, which is good for this. But the first one it's a cult classic. And so to live up to that is going to be so hard. Now, where I really disagree with you is on your opening numbers. And I was thinking, just how do December movies normally do? There was only 3 movies last December that even got over 30 or close to 30. Mm-hmm. And those were The Hobbit, which we just talked about. And that was basically the 4th movie in a series that made a little over 80 million. Django Unchained made 30 and Les Mis made 27. Now, you really think that this is going to make more than The Hobbit made last year?
Yes.
I want you to think about
$5 million.
It's going to make more than, after all 3 Lord of the Rings and everyone being so excited about that, more than The Hobbit last year.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Fox, tell him why he's wrong.
Okay, well, you're wrong for a lot of different reasons. The funny thing is that we're all putting this pretty much above the original Anchorman, which came in at 66% positive. It's definitely got the jackass syndrome, where now that you know what you're expecting, it's okay, critics will be okay with it and love it. And Chris, you know, you said all this marketing and things like that. Haven't you laughed at it? Hasn't
it's been hilarious. It's been
Dodge
great.
Durango, the Scotchy Scotch ice cream from Ben & Jerry's. I mean, all of it has been really good. I mean, I think that people are really excited about this one. I think critics are going to really like it. I'm going as high as 78% positive, which is the highest out of the 3 of you. I'm looking also what he did at his peak. I'm talking about Will Ferrell. Talladega Nights made $47 million, so I'm going to go $50 million for this, because I think this is going to be a peak comedy for Will Ferrell.
This is going to be so much bigger than Talladega Nights. Are you kidding me?
I'm just saying. But
All right.
That's his highest comedy to date.
This is why we do the retrospective. Look at how you did last month. We will settle this in January.
Face. You stay classy.